Tom Melchiorre. I was the person that was picked to call everybody who evacuated on our block to Philadelphia and Central and North Jersey because I did not evacuate. I listened to the weather forecast. I tried to figure out which directions the baddest winds would come. I thought it would be from the east rather than the northeast. So I got plywood and put it on the front doors. I put it on the windows that faced the east. The windows that faced the west, I didn't board up. I actually opened them a crack so there would be some cross ventilation. Well, it affected me because the electricity went off. So that was kind of a pain in the neck to deal with. And it affected me because I had to be responsible to be calling people who had left to tell them how their homes were faring. And I did that. I called each person and would say, so far your house is looking good. So far there isn't any bay water or ocean water in front of your home or around your home. I did not have a lot of damage, thank God. I had some damage to trees with limbs and leaves. I may have lost a few shingles on the roof, but anybody that lives at the Jersey Shore would tell you I got off lucky with that. I didn't bother with insurance because the damages were easier for me to fix or have friends to fix. I did fine. Where I live is very high. I live in Wildwood Crest. I live on Seaview Avenue. I think it's probably the highest point of the island. But just 2 or 3 blocks west of me, places on the bay, they had more damage because the water went into their basements and into their first floors sometimes. I don't think Superstorm Sandy affected the Wildwoods, fortunately for us, as strongly as it affected island communities in the north. So I don't think we really felt the impact of the storm, and it was a very bad storm, but it was worse. Just 30, 40 miles north of us, it was worse. I guess it was the way the storm came in. Well, Superstorm Sandy, I'm old, and I was born at the Jersey Shore, so I've been through a lot of really bad storms. So I didn't need Sandy to tell me to prepare. I knew that you have to prepare for these northeasters and hurricanes that hit our island communities. So I was prepared, and I am still prepared. I will tell you that in my older age now, I would not stay on the island. I would leave. I think I never left, and I'm lucky that I didn't get hurt because I've been through some bad storms. Yes, I was sound asleep in my bed, and my cousin, who lives on 12th Avenue in North Wildwood, called me, and she had one of those things you can video, you can see what's going on your phone, and she showed me the bay water rushing past her home and going across Central Avenue in North Wildwood and towards the beaches. So that was I was aware then, wow, it's going to be a flood, and I was disappointed because I wanted it to snow. I didn't prepare at all for Winter Storm Jonas because somehow in my mind I just kind of knew it's not going to be that bad for me in my neighborhood. The only challenges I faced was knowing I couldn't go to like A&LP in North Wildwood where I like to shop because yes, it was flooded badly there. And my family, my son is married into the A&LP family, and I felt bad for them because they had a lot of work to do having a store in an area that flooded. Well, it was colder because it was winter. There was some snow, not for us, but inland. So I think it was a different kind of storm. Sandy was much stronger storm, in my opinion, than Jonas. I think I personally, now, I am more concerned. But I have to be honest, I'm more concerned because I'm old and I can't do the things I like to do as well. And I don't think I would be as strong in a storm. I think it's time for me to say if it's a hurricane, I'm going to the mainland. I'm not that scientifically aware, but I do believe that I see effects of, I guess it's climate change. We have much more flooding than we used to have. And I see that certain flowers that are growing around my home, they grow much longer into the season than they used to because it's warmer. And it is warmer. It's hard to believe it because sometimes it's so cold here, but on the whole, I believe the temperatures are milder now than they used to be. Yes, I think the storms could get very much more severe because hurricanes feed off of warm water, and if the oceans continue to warm, as I think they are, then the storms will probably be more frequent and maybe a lot stronger. Absolutely, I do think humans had an impact. No, I don't think Wildwood or Cape May will be the same in the next 50 years. If they are the same, it will be because of a lot of work that people do to hold back the ocean and the bays with man-made reefs or whatever way they come up with to do that. But I think truly we are in a little bit of a precarious situation because of climate change. I do think sea levels are rising. I do think storms are getting worse because of the warmer water. And I foresee Wildwood and Cape May losing more beaches and losing part of the islands. Yes, I would like to add that people really do not know how bad the storm of 1962, March 6th, 7th, and 8th. That was the most unbelievable storm. I was in 8th grade. My dad woke me and said, "You don't have school." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Look out the window." I lived on 1st and Central Avenue. We're Hereford Inlet in the ocean. And there was waves and water everywhere. And being a kid, I said, "Oh, wow, cool, no school." Little did I know I wouldn't have school for like 5 days. And little did I know that I would be terrified because the water would not go down and the water would get worse, and there would be fires break out all along the island and cars floating down the street. My father's car, the water went right over top of it, and we were trapped. We lived on top of a grocery store, so we lived on the 2nd floor, but we were trapped. We couldn't get out. So the winter storms Sandy, or Hurricane Sandy, and Winter Storm Jonas, they were very, very bad. But the storm that hit the eastern seaboard in 1962 was just catastrophic. And I wouldn't enjoy living through that, and I don't think I could stand to live through anything like that again. We lost all our Christmas decorations, we lost our car, it was our heater, it was bad.